They're ready for you at the séance.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
There's no one?
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
She will be, yes. We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
What does this mean?
The chair was empty.
Yes.
But both the Marquess and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't.
Yes.
Were they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
Well, I mean... pairs of different sized children's shoes evading breaking in. So they are not broken in? Tales of a Little White Rabbit and the Value of Being Kind. I can imagine it's ever been read. Collection of short stories for small children, each imparting a biblical lesson. Looks completely untouched, and yet it's lying on the floor as though it's just been read. I mean, I don't put books on the floor after reading them. I don't know. I don't know. Godi? Spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell the word Godi. There's a Y too. And the wheelbarrow that looks as good as new. So the kit is just made up. It's turned about as if they've been used, but absolutely pristine. Nothing in here catches my eye. More books. Check in the box. Springs are stiff with disuse. Toy storage in mint condition. Don't think it's ever been played with. These meals are untouched and cold, but they're fresh, prepared earlier today. Painting of Mary Break. I mean, the paintings are not proof. You can paint whatever you want. A little dog on wheels, no phrase in its leash, no paint off its wheels. But this is where I saw him, right? Sitting in the window. Rocking horse. Portrait isn't even scratched. Stuffed bear looks as though he's never had the joy of being held. Yes, we get it. All of this is new. Nothing of note. What am I investigating here now? So is Goibnu like making Blake think he's gonna sacrifice his son, but he's gonna sacrifice himself actually? What else would make any sense? Stories about a little boy's adventure on the hunt for long lost treasure. There's no indication it's ever been opened. Little book, children's book about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. Pages are stuck together like it's brand new. There's nothing else in here, I believe. Or has sealed itself up, there's no going back. Figured as much. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors. Well, it would be if he existed. Which does not. I don't, like, what am I missing here? That portrait, I wonder.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher. Newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him. He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquess and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
My rare expression is unhappy. Jonathan Blake, he looks younger here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? I cannot tell. Okay. Jonathan Blake intends to sacrifice his self? No. His son to resurrect his wife? But Waterbreak isn't real.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be?
Cupboard is a skilled painter?
This level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist.
Yes. Also the only person left on our list of, like, suspects.
I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate as a result. And if not, what
Waterbreak cannot be saved. It's not a real boy. Some form of mass hallucination that the Marquess and staff are experiencing. This ritual doesn't seem like anyone's going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Deane. I need to get out there and stop it. Okay, stop the ritual. But I also need to look at this. And then everyone's ruled out. And it is Simon Coventry. And I have ruled everyone else out, right? But then why is he, like, leaving all his money to the fake kid? Don't know. Okay, stop the seance. I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out to the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it's too late. Okay, I don't have to run. Is this water or just this chair? I don't really have time. I don't know what we do now. I'm nervous.
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
Looks like they've begun. Just yell. Why's the shoe still there? There's an empty space here. It's for me. Waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer. No, you should keep them waiting. What are you doing? We want to stop the seance, not start it.
To come forth, be witnessed by us, be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good Lord.
They come.
What is going on? Why is this happening? I thought we were gonna stop it. Who died? Was this wrong? But what else could I have done? I'm alive, I'm okay. But Carmela, she's... And the others, I don't know. Apprehend the suspect. So, okay, how do I... What? Did I mess this up? But what else could I have done? They went towards the portal, right? Maybe not.
The energy goes this way. But how? My head.
Speak your name to enter.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
Welcome, Simon.
I'm still very confused. We're in the mausoleum, sure. Portal level, why not? A bit of research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? Sure. Looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836.
A collection of papers, a birth certificate, and a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here.
So is Coventry like a descendant of Henry Blake, and so he thinks this is all his and he's like claiming it now?
His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father. Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world. All he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death, among them the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil, and eventually much older he returned to the manor, armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets. He had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivenu, locked in a deep sleep. The god's dreams already coloured by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline.
Yeah.
The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth returned. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
That's a crazy brand, but sure. No, here please. Simon Coventry score is to free. The entity? Give no. I don't know. In order to assume the role of his. What? None of the words fit. Of his magical fabrication? I guess maybe. Walter Blake to inherit his ancestral home because his real entity is ousted. What is this sentence? Simon Coventry's goal is to free the entity in order to assume the role of his magical fabrication, Walter Blake, to inherit his ancestral home because his real identity is ousted heir. Where is it? Henry Blake. It's a weird sentence somehow. I don't know.
Simon Coventry is really Henry Blake.
Yeah.
Ousted heir of
Yes.
the Blake title and fortunes. He has returned with the intent of using magic to reclaim what was taken from him. I need to stop him.
Yes. Another sigil. Fell out of the pile conveniently. I mean, I don't know how much time I have. I don't know what else I need. Some rough notes. O'Flynn recognized me after all these years. He was only a child when I visited his camp seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough. A wealthy outsider coming to ask of their god. I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him, though. That was risky. But what if he outed me? Thankfully, I prayed in those catacombs as a lad and know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I've taken most of a bottle to ease the pain, but tonight back troubles will be a future problem. This time, I will care better for my joints. I don't know how much more I need to investigate versus just press for like time reasons. Because I don't have like a timeline on this where it's like everyone's dead. Various paintings of Walter Blake that Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistakes he feared people would see through. The reference photograph has Henry Blake 1840 written on the back. Here lies Norman Blake, died in Church Cave in 1805-1836, where it says buried as he lived alone is scratched over frantically. His luggage? No, Miss Deane's luggage? Tag says Miss Deane, so this is where it was brought. Norman Blake. Same dedication on both sides, kind of weird. Notes on the ritual I found under Miss Deane's bed, Mr. O'Flynn's too. Below of painkillers empty. I think I looked at everything. Right. I'm still nervous about this now. I haven't thought about this yet. I'm just drawing for now. But no, this is definitely wrong. Because I can't do this and this. Can I just do it like that? Like I can like do this and this and this and this and this, but then can I draw the rest of this in one go? Yeah. It's just really slow and annoying. Okay, this is where it came out, that makes sense. There's more of them. They're closing in on the church. Makes sense. The Reverend has been murdered. The Fae are inside the church. There's nowhere left to go. There's one way left to go. This way. Chamber. Yes. Commentary. Henry Craig is praying to the entity. To the smithing god Givnu. Givnu? Alright, how do I get you out?
It's Mr. O'Finn. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way to open this and get him out.
This thing! Turn it! What do you mean you can't see a way to open this?
Miss Deane! I need to find a way to get her out while she's still alive.
How? These things? I don't like this. Do I need a breakthrough here to be able to do it? What are these rats?
Shh, shh. Now, Walter. No tears now. Not long to go. Mummy will be home soon. Thanks to you. A big, brave boy. This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big, happy family. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop this.
I need to get through them. Yes. Just maybe punch them. You cannot save your wife, family. You've been tricked by Henry Craig so he can take over your family. Ancestral home, actually, wait. You can't save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled? But I would have all I could ever... Who was restraining me? Where is my son? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought... No. I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there. There, is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy, taken from me.
Now the line is a little quiet.
And Mary, my Mary, she is truly gone, never coming back. Who would make a man think such things, have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled by a relation I did not even know existed. Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
He looks kind of mad. But I get it.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son, only to take them from me?
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon, and I will be. Islam, Jonathan. You will be nothing!
They're both gonna fall in. In the drink they go. Alright. Well, that's one of the blood things, I guess. The Marquess could not be saved. Marquess Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted heir and Henry Blake posing as Simon Coventry. Or Coventry, maybe. Now. I don't know what to do with these. These look much older than the vats. Perhaps they're the original locks that the Malaysians used to seal the gates. Probably. 3 stones, yes. Need to find a way to stop the ritual before it's too late. I don't know how. Was maybe a quick save?
The Tuatha Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Taltiu.
I do have the glyph from...
After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them.
Isley's in red, but I don't know where we put it.
However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Danann went below ground through this here portal. We've stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the 3 Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia.
Yeah, so?
Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Guivna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still.
Makes sense.
He just wants to go home to his people.
Broken pillar, clearly it has sigil carved into it, but I cannot make it out now. I don't know what is what here. A pillar with sigil carved into it, but what is it for? A dial. These dials seem to be a kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? The release one? Or the open one? To open the portal? No, it's gotta be the release one, right? But how do I save those two out of those stupid vats now? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. It's gotta be this, right? I don't know, okay? I'm worried about it. Like, is releasing him bad? It might be. Because a release doesn't sound like killing him, like the way that I don't know. The priest kind of intends. Unless we're killing his, like, mortal, form, and then it's fine. Or we close the portal and but then he's gonna be stuck here, no? I think we need to try this, but I'm not confident. Alright, how do I do this? No, I need... What? How does this work? No, but I need the outside ones like that. And then these inside ones need to be like here, right? It doesn't line up. Now, does it? Oh, that's the one. I want to do this one, right? I'm looking at the open one. I want to do the scarlet one. Whatever this one is actually. How you pronounce it, I don't know. I change style again. Outside. Okay, we want... We want a square outside. Then we want one top middle, which has to be like this, I guess. And then this one is in the middle, and then the ones around it are like that. So is it like this? I'm confused. This does not look right. To me. But okay. It's gonna be fine, maybe. No, wait, that's not the one I want though, is it? Why is this so confusing? I don't get this. Wait, no. I don't know. These are around that way, and then this one is like this, right? And we want to see this shape. Yeah, no, okay, this is the shape. Yeah, okay, no, it's fine. I'm scared. This is bad. Okay. Was this the right thing to do? Blow up the church? I don't know. We'll see. I've stopped the ritual.
So...
I'm confused.
This is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I will give you a drink.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe.
Sure.
Miss Montavani's family were devastated with the news of her death, but at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years. Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House.
Good name.
Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family.
Smart.
Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World.
Crazy. What about Saoirse?
Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the seance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel. Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event.
Good for them.
Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again.
Understandable.
Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Deane and used that power to create a better life for herself.
Did you get her daughter back?
With Miss Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter.
Yes. I would have been mad if that wasn't brought up.
Father Sinnott retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Seamus.
I don't know. Okay, sure. Sure.
Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped. Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls.
How would he purchase it, though? Like, who's selling it after every break has died?
He kept the name Blake Manor.
The 36 of 37? What are you talking about? What did I not solve? Mr. O'Finn, maybe? But like, you didn't give me an opportunity. What? I don't know. I'm mad now. How could I have resolved that one? Was there like a conclusion at the end that I missed? I don't know. The end kind of stressed me out. But it's a good game. It was fun. I really liked the story, the writing, the myth, the mystery, all of that. I think it's overall more it's on the easier side. I feel like as far as these kind of deductive kind of games go, I feel like Root Trace was more difficult. There was more agency there, and Obra Dinn also felt more difficult, I think. It's been a little while. It's not as fresh in my mind as like Root Trace, which is only like a year ago since I've played it. Overall, like more on the easy side, a lot of like hand holding and like, it would be maybe more fun if you could like form more of your own conclusions somehow. I don't really know how that would work gameplay wise though. Because a lot of stuff is just like you know already, but you need to like talk to this person or look at this one book and then like you get the thing and get to form the conclusion there. I don't know. But I didn't really enjoy my playthrough of the Gordon Idol game as much as this. And they are similar and like you click the words and stuff, but I feel like this just had more. This just had more of everything. I did really also, I did like the voice acting. I don't know. I think it was just a good experience. For sure. And yeah, I mean, there are some like mistakes, some typos, some like just mistakes in some of the text, which is a bit odd, I think, 'cause it's been out for a while. But overall, I mean, that's a lot. I don't know how many lines that's gonna be, and I think it did like a good job, because sometimes it's weird when you have like partial voice acting, but it didn't really annoy me at all in this one. And I think it's a good decision, because it's just like, it's so much text. Yeah. And judging by the names of the voice actors, they seem to have cast people with the, the correct backgrounds, which is good. And like, yeah, most of the accents seemed like good for the most part. I just feel like some of them were like a little inconsistent at times. And then yeah, like the nitpicky thing about like, it's not really about the accent or just the accent with like a non-native speaker, but also the way you would phrase things, the way you construct your sentences and all that. But this, I don't know. To me, at least, it felt like someone with an accent reading something that a native speaker wrote, not speaking in, a language that isn't their first language, maybe. And for some characters, that's like less of an issue, maybe. I don't know. And you can explain a lot of this away as like they've just spent a lot of time speaking English or whatever, and so their English is very good. But yeah, I didn't solve Mr. Finn's mystery somehow. Which is very annoying, because I don't know how I could have done that. Anyway, maybe I'll tack this on to resolve that too, but we'll see. I'll end this now because I'm hungry, and I might have to split this into I'll have to split this into 2 episodes, and maybe I'll tack on the thing at the end. We'll see. And if not, then this is the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a good time with the Séance of Blake Manor. It's a good game. It is a good game. Even, yeah, if it does fall a bit on the easier side as far as the puzzles are concerned. There's not that much you need to actually figure out for yourself, because like Declan does it for you, but still, good game. Glad I played it. I'll see you soon with something new. Maybe stay tuned for that, like, tacked on loading the quick save and like figuring out the Finn mystery. But yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, I guess it turns out I had to talk to Rory about Finn. I went back and loaded the old save, like the manual save before the last episode started, basically, because that's, I don't know, the only one I had from before everything. And then if you ask Rory about Finn, he says, a droid friend is alright, his heart's in the right place, but his code of conduct is so dated. He should be more open to progress. I think he would achieve more if he were. And then that gives us the...
be on my way. Be well.
That gives us the conclusion here, which is incredibly annoying. Because it says he's a droid, like, we didn't know that. That's like such stupid. That's so stupid. We learned that he's a droid. We knew that. So Finfar is a code that considers all people, places, and creatures as equal. He didn't say that, so we didn't really even learn that. That's where like I'm kind of upset with the game on some of these, because like there are things I already knew. I already like, not even just like I knew, but like the character in game knew from like having it learned during the game, and just because someone else didn't like explicitly state that as a fact, we didn't like know it, and I don't like that. Score is to protect the land. Yes, we need a druid to have the word land. I don't know. As it is his ancient duty as a harm, their past descendant of the Malaysian rulers.
So Mr. Finn is of an ancient bloodline of Malaysian sorceress.
Wait, do we know that at this point, though? I don't remember when we learned that.
As is Miss Deane. Is that why they've gone missing? There are 3 such bloodlines. Is there a descendant of that 3rd line? If so, then who? And were they brought here? Then taken because of their ancestral relationship with the Tuatha Dé Danann and Guivnu?
Yes, sure. I don't know why that does something though, it shouldn't. Because he was not attending the seance anyway. Anyway, I guess I'd have to like replay the ending now. To get like everything done. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Why are you grayed out here? I don't know. Because I would have to go for the horror residence thing again. I guess it's not that much. I don't really want to do it. I don't. Because we didn't do anything else anyway, right? I mean, we talked to these... Right, we haven't done this now. Like, this is discussed, but we haven't talked to these people about their future now, right? That hasn't happened in this save yet. Wait, who do we need to talk to? I don't remember who I was missing. You're definitely still missing because I never did that. Who else was missing though? I don't remember. You were missing for sure. But I don't want to go do that now. And there's no, like, once I'm in, like, all my saves are from, like, the end chamber, basically. I don't think I have anything before that. Is there a way I could talk to... No, but I'd have to go back. There's no talking in between the dinner, the silent dinner, and the end. Because it does offer you, like, when you go load, it does tell you to go, like, back through the save, like different times in the save or whatever, but it doesn't help me here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we would have had, like, why would we not have that unlocked though? I don't understand how that wasn't unlocked. Like, we knew he was a druid. Not, I guess we could have talked to him about the crown, that would have unlocked the druid and the code of conduct. But I never did that, because I always felt like other things were more important. Because he didn't seem very suspicious early on. But then when we read all the stuff in the library, why wasn't there anything about druids there? It gives me that. Like, after we did the bag and the staff and the Ogam writing and all of that. Anyway. I'm annoyed now. Because if I could talk in between, but there's no, yeah, the seance starts right away. Once I leave the private residence, there's no way to talk to Rory or anyone before we go to the end, yeah, like actual end there, so that sucks. That just sucks, yeah. Don't really know why these are here. All right. Yeah, I'm not not satisfied with this, but I guess it is what it is. We got our ending the way, you know, it played out the way it did. Whatever. Very annoying though. Very annoying. And maybe, yeah, maybe I'll go and do that in game one more time. Later. I still have time to tack this on too. Because I've barely started like airing these episodes, so. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's really it now. It is probably, yeah, I'm like, you know, it's probably really difficult to like, because there's so many different ways you can uncover information, and who do you talk to, and what do you talk about, right? So there's very hard probably to manage all those different paths through the story to make sure everyone has an opportunity to like solve everything. But it does feel very annoying now, because I put in so much effort to try and get R. And yeah, I mean, the reason we didn't really talk to Ofen on day 2 was because he didn't seem at all suspicious to me. There was always other stuff to investigate, and I also obviously had no way of knowing he was going to be gone on day 3. And then, yeah, it just didn't occur to me that since there was no lead on this, if it would have said profile him or whatever, then I would have tried to talk to someone else about him. But since it said nothing, I assumed that this would just resolve at the end when we found him again, and it just doesn't. That's maybe really the worst part of this. Is like usually, because it said for like quarantine, right? When we were stuck on quarantine, it just said profile or whatever, and then we talked to someone else about her, and then we unlocked the thing, and then we're good to go. But no, not for this one. So yeah, that's annoying. I'm annoyed. Still, overall, I had a really good time with the game. I really enjoyed the story and the writing and the voice acting and everything. The whole vibe, the look, the kind of like comic style cutscenes, and everything. It's just a fun game. It's not super difficult. It is, it's pretty hand-holdy through most of it. And I definitely like overvalued like time. I thought I thought it would be a lot harder to get everything done within the time limit than it ended up being. So I could have just like talked more, attended more talks, attended more meals, and I would have been totally fine in the end. But yeah, like it's so hard to like plan stuff when you just don't know how much you're gonna have to do and how long things are gonna take and when you're gonna get access to certain areas and all of that. So I don't know. I just erred on the side of caution a bit too aggressively, I suppose, and maybe missed out on some fun stuff, some interesting stuff because of that. And definitely missed out on the Ofen conclusion, which I'm still annoyed at. But okay, it's fine. It's done. But yeah, that's it now. I mean, the end is going to be basically the same. I don't think it's going to matter, right? Because Ofen's destiny is not really tied to this at all. So I think... maybe. I don't know. I don't know, actually. But it feels like it would be the same no matter what. So I'm not going to tack that on, actually. I might just do it just to get the extra achievements. But or achievement. But this is it for the series. I hope you had a good time with it. I certainly had a good time playing this. And yeah. I'll see you soon with something new. Bye-bye.